The San Francisco 49ers are looking to party like it's 1999. Yes, they're about to bring in a new year right here in Vegas. And on this episode of the Keys to Victory, the 49ers face the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's talk about it right here on the Keys to Victory. What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year's Eve, and Happy New Year's to everybody out there that may watch this video on New Year's. All right. Yes, the San Francisco 49ers are headed out to Vegas. They are about to face the Las Vegas Raiders, the Carless Raiders on top of that. Listen, we're going to talk about it right here on the Keys to Victory. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is brought to you by 49erswebzone.com. All right. So let's go ahead and get down to the get down. All right. So let's talk about these keys to victory. Now, listen, look, I have 5 things that I feel like the 49ers need to go out there and definitely do in order to secure another victory. Now, it seems like they've been paying attention to these keys to victories week in and week out. You know what I'm saying? Because the 49ers are on an 8-game win streak. And that's really good for the San Francisco 49ers. And when they don't pay attention to the keys to victory, it doesn't kind of like map out for them. All right. And so I'm hoping that the 49ers continue to do what they've been doing and continue to do it well. All right. So let's start with number one. All right. I'm going to type these in as we speak. I feel like if the 49ers do like these specific 5 things, simple things too. It's nothing like extravagant to where they got to go out there, right? So we talk about keys to victory. We're talking about number one is containing their number one guy. The number one guy is Devontae Adams. And listen, Devontae Adams is one of the top wide receivers in the league. But over the past 3 weeks, he hasn't been really playing Devontae Adams type of football. I feel like the 49ers can go out and figure out a way to go ahead and contain him, not allow him to get some big plays. Don't, if he lines up in the slot, if he does little things that are a little bit different to help their new quarterback Stidham, get into some type of rhythm. I feel like that's going to be a guy that they're going to look to go to. But the 49ers got to continue to take him away, keep him contained. If you're going to give up yards, make sure it's not the big yards, the big plays down the field. 49ers struggled last week against the Washington Commanders, man. That trio decided to do the 49ers a little bit dirty. Each of them scored a touchdown, from Dodson to Samuel to McLaurin. They all scored a touchdown. I felt like McLaurin, which is their number one receiver, made the biggest play over Ricky Samuel Womack. But look, 49ers figured out a way. They gave up 20 points. Those were the points that they did. Most points the 49ers defense has given up since week 7 against the Kansas City Chiefs. But look, 49ers get to go out here and dominate. And then first thing they want to do on the defensive side is find a way to contain him, limit him as much as you can. He has that Cooper Cup ability to sit there and take over a game. And you definitely don't want that to happen. So number one, contain Devontae Adams. Number two, their second best player, in my opinion, on offense. And it's arguably that it can be, a different type of a player. But listen, I'm going to go with their run game and Josh Jacobs. And yes, we're talking about the Pro Bowler Josh Jacobs. So you're going to have to figure out how to eliminate him, right? Take away Josh Jacobs in the run game. Didn't do too well against the Steelers last week. Steelers defense is top 5 in the NFL. Since the 49ers have the number one the number one overall defense, as well as number one in taking away the run game. They've only given up 75 yards per game. They only struggle against teams, in my opinion, with those mobile quarterbacks, because those quarterbacks help boost up some of the yards. There's no Derek Carr in this game, so you don't necessarily have to worry about Stidham running all over the place, right? That's not what he does. He's more of a stationary type of quarterback. So you can eliminate that. And look, that's last week against the Steelers, between Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs, they only rushed for about 58 yards. So I tell you what, the 49ers continue to take away the run game, eliminate Josh Jacobs. Now, here's what it does for the team. Offensively, it gives the team more opportunities, right, to go out there and do what they do. But defensively, if you eliminate Josh Jacobs, you take away the run game, that's going to be detrimental. I mean, that's going to be beneficial, to the 49ers pass defense, because I'm expecting Stidham to put the ball in the air. If Stidham has to put the ball in the air more times, then It's pick city. All right. So yeah, I'm talking about interceptions and things like that. So listen, I feel like Jimmy Ward can get his fourth interception of the year. I feel like Talanoa Hufanga can get his fifth interception of the year. I feel like Dre Greenlaw, who dropped a couple of interceptions, can get an interception. And then let's not forget about Fred Warner, who also plays the best in pass coverage at the linebacker position, can get. Tashawn Gibson can get another interception. And I'm not saying that they're all going to get one, but the more Stidham puts the ball in the air, the more opportunities that 49ers secondary can go ahead and go after the ball. I call it ball hawking. So we'll see how that pans out. Number 3, all right, you want to slow down Max Crosby. Yeah, Max Crosby. Listen, the Raiders will be without Chandler Jones, which is their premier pass rusher or edge rusher on the left side. And now that means the 49ers can zone in on the right side. And we already know who plays on the right side, right? So when you're thinking about the right side, it's like, oh my gosh, it's Mike McGlinchey's side. Fun fact about Mike McGlinchey, hasn't given up a sack since the Kansas City Chiefs game. So I'm not saying he plays a tremendously well, but he does play well enough, and he's playing pretty good football. Now, the only thing Mike McGlinchey has to do, hey, look, Crosby's coming. Don't jump, don't false start, don't put your team in bad positions for them to kind of like keep the chains moving, because that's what the 49ers are going to look to do. They're going to look to control the clock. You can control the clock by doing two things. One, you could find ways to help protect your quarterback. Put a little George Kittle over there, a little Kyle Juszczyk, whatever it is you need to do to help out Mike McGlinchey. Do I feel like Mike McGlinchey can hold his own? Absolutely. But you might as well go ahead and give him a little bit of help. And hey, if you're chipping him, why not have Kittle or Juice as an option in the pass game while Brock Purdy's rolling out to the right side? So listen, there's some things that I feel like they're going to be able to do, but you got to slow him down. Don't let this guy get hot, and do not let him get to your quarterback. 49ers offensive line has been doing really well without allowing these premier edge rushers to do their thing. All right. And now, since they only have really one, and I'm not sleeping on Cleveland Farrell, who's going to be filling in for Chandler Parsons or whatever or whatnot, but he just doesn't have the same upside as what Chandler did. And so the 49ers can really, 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 really zone in on Max Crosby, take away him, slow him down, do whatever it is you need to do for Max Crosby. And I tell you what, the more Purdy's on the field, the more points the 49ers are going to get a chance to score. All right, here we go. This is something that you probably haven't really seen much, but here's my number 4. It's time to utilize CMC hands, right? Listen, the Raiders are dead last in the NFL in defending running backs that can catch the ball. Yes, dead last. All right. Look, 32nd, it's dead last to me. There's only 32 teams in the NFL, so I don't know how you can get worse than last. Look, I feel like the 49ers are going to go out there. They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to definitely do that. I expect the Raiders to come out there and try to take away the run, right? That's what the Raiders like to do. They like to take away the run. So I expect that. But I also expect the 49ers to figure out ways to navigate through that. So if they're loading up the box, which we do like to run against loaded boxes. Don't know if you noticed that 49ers are running very well against loaded boxes or whatnot, And so I feel like that the 49ers are going to have to figure out a way to attack this particular weakness of the Las Vegas Raiders. Listen, hey, if they suck at catching my pass backs, then let me go ahead and get my ball into CMC's hand. Maybe TDP gets a couple of passes. Hey, Jordan Mason might get a pass. I'm going to say this, and don't be mad, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tevin Coleman is activated for this particular game. Why? He can catch the ball out of the backfield. Let's see if Kyle Shanahan utilizes that, knowing that he's going to take advantage of their weakness. Number 5, score touchdowns. Well, duh, Breezy, right? Got to score touchdowns. No. I have zero doubt that the 49ers are going to score. It's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is they get into the red zone, and then they get penalties, and then they get sacks, and then they just get out of scoring touchdown range. And next thing you know, they're settling for field goals. Kyle Shanahan spoke about it last week. Dang, man, we missed some opportunities. You sure did. You got down there 2 times, put in 2 touchdowns. Imagine if the 49ers scored those 2 touchdowns. Now we're looking into the 50s, right? So I'm just saying the 49ers would have put up 51 points last week. They get those two touchdowns. Well, look, I feel like the 49ers are on a touchdown binge and they're going to go out there and do exactly what they do. They're not going to settle for field goals. Now, I don't want the 49ers playing silly. If you can't, if you're not in the range of getting a touchdown and you're in field goal range, go for the field goal. Get the points, take as many points as you can. But if you're in the opportunity of in the red zone and you have that opportunity there for a touchdown, the 49ers must capitalize on those particular opportunities. Don't leave touchdowns on the field when you have to settle for field goals. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Robbie Goes. It's not a shout out at him. He's been tremendous for the 49ers all season long. But the 49ers definitely need to score when they're in the red zone area. Let's go back and recap the top five. We'll go backwards. Got to score touchdowns, got to utilize the running back's hands, particularly CMC. He only needs 20 something yards to have 1,000 yards as a rusher. He's already over that all-purpose mark at 1,600 yards, if I'm not mistaken. He's definitely doing this thing out there. Slow down Max Crosby, eliminate Josh Jacobs, contain Devontae Adams. The 49ers will be walking into the new year with a 9-game win streak, improving to 12-4, and looking to close out their season at home against the Arizona Cardinals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much. Special shout out to everybody over there again at 49erswebzone.com. And don't forget to check out our sponsors. If you're going to bet anything, anytime, anywhere with mybookie.ag. All right, you can go ahead and do that, man. The season's coming to an end, so let's go ahead and get it in. All right, I love you guys. Stay up, stay faithful, and always keep it nitty gritty.